So this is an application problem with a linear function, and we're finding a coordinate given 2 points. So let's go ahead and read the problem that we have. It says, while driving, suppose that the gas in the tank is a linear function of miles driven. After driving 67 miles, your gas gauge reads 57%. After driving 117 miles, your gas gauge reads 32%. What will the gas gauge read after 155 miles? So imagine you're driving in your car and you're noticing these things and you kind of want to see how many more miles till I need to stop for gas. This is a calculation you can do. So let's notice that, first of all, it's linear. The problem told us that it's linear. That means that it's going to behave like a line. So I see that we have 2 sets of points here. So we can use that to determine how the gas gauge is changing based on how many miles we're driving. We can figure out the rate of change. So if you'll remember, the rate of change is equal to the slope, or m. So that's the slope, or the rate of change. Okay, so to find the rate of change, we need to do y2 minus y1. So let's look at the y-axis. The y-axis is gas. So gas 2 minus gas 1 is 32 minus 57. And since they're both percents, we can just leave off the percent. Over x2 minus x1, so 117 minus 67. So 32 minus 57 should be negative 25, and then 117 minus 67 is 50. So this gives us negative 1/2. That means that for every mile we drive, the percent of gas that we have goes down by 0.5%, or for every 2 miles we drive, gas goes down by 1%. Okay, so now we need to think about how do we get to 155 miles. So let's think about how much farther is 155 than 117. We can do that by subtracting. So 155 minus 117. Let's just figure out how much farther we have to go. So this is 38 more miles. So to go to 155 miles, this is 38 more miles than 117. So now we know that 38 miles, we know that our gas gauge is going to go down by 0.5% for every mile. So if we multiply this by our half, we'll get negative 19. And this means that the gas gauge is going to go down 19% from 117 to 155. So let's see, 32 minus 19 should be 13%. So the gas gauge after 155 miles the gas gauge should read 13%. And that's because from 117 to 155, we drove 38 extra miles. And we know that the gas gauge goes down by 0.5% for every mile, which means it would go down by 19%. So 19% less than 32% is 13%. So we did 32 minus 19 to get 13%, and that's how much gas should be left after 155 miles. So we should probably stop at the gas station pretty soon.